Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos greets Prince Mohammed bin Naif on his selection as a crown prince, and Prince Mohammed bin Salman on his selection as an heir to the crown prince in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The Sultanate in Spain established investment fund worth more than €200 million to support Spanish industries in the Sultanate. On the sideline of the Forum of Duqm Society and Economy Agreements to support localizing of small and medium enterprises industries at Al Duqm Zone. And the delay in completion of Protecting Beaches project and constant water disruption top discussions of Municipal Council in the Governorate of South Al-Batina. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in details. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent two cables of greetings to His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Naif bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud on his selection as a Crown Prince and his appointment as Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of the Interior and Chairman of Political and Security Affairs Council of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and to His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud on his selection as an heir to the Crown Prince and his appointment as Second Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Defense and Chairman of Economic and Development Affairs Council of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. At a capital worth €200 million State General Reserve Fund signed a memorandum of understanding with the Spanish establishment supporting Spanish investments around the world to establish a joint fund with the aim to finance Spanish companies' desires to expand their commercial works and setting up their industries in the Sultanate. The fund will contribute in the knowledge transfer to and localize it domestically, in addition to achieving good return from the investment and sports products of those projects to Gulf and global markets. The fund will harmonize between technologies of Spanish industries and Sultanate's investment atmosphere, as well as to benefit from Omani crude materials. The Memorandum of Understanding was signed on behalf of the State General Reserve Fund by His Excellency Abdus Salam bin Mohammed Al Murshidi, Executive President of the Fund. After meeting with His Excellency Darwish bin Ismail bin Ali Al Balushi, Minister responsible for Financial Affairs, His Excellency Jaime Garcia Legas, Minister of State for Trade at the Spanish Ministry of Economy and Competitiveness, praised the Omani economy and its strength. He considered the agreement to establish a joint fund between the two countries will contribute in increasing intra-trade development, economic relations and increase companies' work in the two countries. His Highness Sayyid Kamil bin Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Said stressed during the inauguration of Duqm Society and Economy Forum that Duqm Zone is considered a globally multi-purpose economic front and a main hub in the region due to its strategic geopolitical location. The forum aims to shed light on the promising opportunities offered by Duqm projects to citizens in the Sultanate in general and the Governorate of Al-Wusta in particular. It also came to connect bodies concerned with investment plans and businessmen who are keen to invest in Duqm Zone. The event, organized by Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry in the Governorate of Al-Wusta in cooperation with Duqm Special Economic Zone Authority, also discussed ways to activate performance of companies in the field of social responsibility. A host of businessmen, academics and specialists are taking part in the forum. On the sideline of the gathering, an exhibition was held by the Omani Women's Associations in the Wilaya of Duqm, Al-Jazir and Al-Masira. Then His Highness Sayyid Kamil bin Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Said and a number of their excellencies, the ministers and undersecretaries, toured a number of economic projects in Duqm, including dry dock project. On the sideline of the forum, His Excellency Yahya bin Saeed Al Jabri, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Special Economic Zone Authority in Duqm, signed 3 agreements for granting benefit rights of lands with local companies to implement a number of projects in Special Economic Zone in Duqm. The first agreement concerned with the establishment of a technical and technological institute to provide training courses in mechanical, electrical and equipment fields, as well as maintenance and building ships and fishing. The second agreement is to set up a tourism project comprising hotel apartments and commercial shops. The third agreement concerned with land benefit with the Duqm Authority to construct a tourism project consisting of a hotel and commercial shops. The tender board awarded the project of doubling Nizwa Bahla Marfa Daris Jibreen Road in the Governorate of Dakhliya. It also awarded technical offers for the project of constructing of infrastructure for new residential area in the Wilaya of Liwa, in addition to the project of constructing water pipeline from the Bosher to Sib in the Governorate of Muscat. The tenders awarded around 34 million Omani Riyals. The meeting was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Rashid bin Al-Safi Al-Huraybi, Chairman of the Tender Board. A new study for residential complexes have been revealed by Shura Council in a session that was held yesterday. During the discussion, it was pointed out the steps of the study and the importance of the residential complexes for young Omanis. More details with Saif Al-Kindi.
Looking for a residence or an apartment in Muscat is the main concern for young Omani, particularly those who are preparing to get married. Therefore, the study that was conducted at Majlis Ashura proposed a residential complexes project to be built for lands applicants as an alternative to reduce the waiting lists. The study that was unveiled during the session of Shura Dialogue aims at providing applicants with suitable residence attached with all necessary services. Providing houses for young Omanis is the second requirement for them after getting a job. Meanwhile, His Excellency Engineer Muhammad Al-Busaidi, Chairman of Oman Real Estate Association, described the importance of implementing such projects. He pointed out,
providing a decent accommodations and houses for young Omanis is very important. After finding a proper job, I think the next requirement is finding a proper housing and accommodation. Such studies by Majlis Ashura in providing complete residential complexes and to be implemented in Oman, I think is a steps ahead.
Rapid growth has been witnessed in real estate market, particularly in Muscat Governorate. It was also pointed out that such projects will refresh the investment in the Sultanate, as similar projects were proved successful in many countries. Al-Busaidi added.
It has been proved to be successful in many countries. Today, when the Majlis Shura thinking of such solutions for young Omanis, I think it's a real success. I think such projects, once they started, they help to encourage more investment in the country. And I think as well, many international countries, developers, companies will be interested to enter the Omani market.
The private sector is expected to play a wide role in constructing such projects in reasonable prices for items, and it will positively influence the real estate market in the Sultanate. Well, several issues have been discussed during this session. One of them is the briefing given by the Service Committee in Shura Council regarding the accommodation and residential accumulative complexes in the Sultanate. Saif Al-Kindi for English News, Muscat.
The Minister of Manpower gave 3 months as a period of grace to violating expatriates to correct their situations and announced a number of facilities such as exemption from fines and fees for the beneficiaries of the decision, which will extend from the 3rd of May to the end of July. That was announced to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television by His Excellency Hamad bin Khamis Al-Amri and the Secretary of the Ministry of Manpower for Labor Affairs, who also talked about other facilities such as allowing expatriate manpower manpower to transfer to another sponsor between establishments, to change profession and to correct their data and information. He also said there will be a period of time to be given to work owners to make sure of their laborers, as the ministry will publish lists of laborers with desire to leave the country, and job owners will be informed about their workers through the ministry's website. He also said these procedures came to organize the labor market and to update data to reach to correct and accurate figures to be able to interact. He concluded by saying that great cooperation and appreciations with the other authorities concerned in this matter, such as Royal Oman Police, to reach the matching numbers of the expatriate manpowers in the Sultanate. On the sideline of COMEX 2015 exhibition, the Minister of Manpower signed an agreement for e-payment with Bank Muscat. The agreement came within the implementation of e-government transformation plan. An agreement was also signed between a company hosted at SAS Entrepreneurship of Information Technology Authority with Oman Transport Society to provide e-booking service for taxi. An initiative was also launched for registering websites within the Sultanate's domain to promote using Arabic domain, in addition to other initiatives by government and private bodies. Social Responsibility Conference called for finding an organization framework for providing community services and enhancing their role in supporting projects and initiatives in the Sultanate. It stressed the need to review laws and regulations that organize cooperation between the private sector and civil society establishments. The event, organized at College of Tourism, was inaugurated by His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Saeed Al Kalbani, Minister of Social Development. The event shed light on the status and applications of social responsibility in the Sultanate and challenges facing non-government organizations and companies concerned with social responsibility activities. A host of speakers and specialists took part in the conference. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. Rejoicing the safe return of His Majesty, National Evening is held in the Wilaya of Qorayat. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Implementing verdicts and documents between reality and ambition is a seminar which will be held by the Council of Administrative Affairs for Judiciaries in Muscat from the 3rd to the 5th of next month. This came in a press conference by the Council, which mentioned that the seminar will aim to develop verdicts implementation and documents in the Sultanate, to acquaint with principles related to them and to benefit from global experiences in this field. It also mentioned that the seminar will include 18 works papers on 5 matters presented by judges, advisors, experts, lawyers, and academics. Discussions of aspects of cooperation between the Sultanate and the United States of America in military fields topped matters viewed by His Excellency Mohammed bin Nasser al-Rasbi, Secretary General of the Ministry of Defense, when he received in his office a delegation from Capstone Program of the United States led by retired General Joseph Ashi. They also had cordial talks and discussed related matters in addition to viewing good relations. The meeting was attended by Her Excellency the Ambassador of the United States of America accredited to the Sultanate and the military attaché of the U.S. Embassy in Muscat. Discussing matters of mutual concern between the Sultanate and the United States top meeting of Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff of the Sultan's Armed Forces, in his office with the delegation of Capstone Program of the United States led by retired General Joseph Ashi. They exchange points of view and discuss matters of mutual concern. Under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed al-Saidi, Minister of Health, the second annual Entrepreneurship Forum was held at Masarra Hospital this morning. Here is a report. The importance of providing productive and interactive cadres in the workplace is well realized in the Ministry of Health. In a ceremony held this morning, His Excellency the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed al-Saidi, commended the entrepreneurship initiative and projects presented, which highlighted innovation and novelty of the employees of the Ministry of Health.
Well, today the ministry celebrating the second batch of entrepreneurial initiatives that we have inaugurated actually 2 years ago. The idea came to allow the employees in the ministry to bring in their ideas, their knowledge, their skills to impact the operations that they undertake. We realize in the Ministry of Health that employees are much closer to the daily affairs of the ministry, and they are in a better position to understand the locality of the work that they do, and also to take.
During the inauguration ceremony, the best qualified initiatives were explored. There were 9 initiatives that vary in their ideas, which includes enhancing the performance of primary health institutions, including innovating modernized methods in dealing with the services provided, reducing expenditure, and the effective utilization of modern technologies in developing the means and methods of work and others. I asked the Undersecretary for Administration and Finance, what have you seen in this year's initiative? And he said,
this year we saw quality initiatives that have been brought by a number of dedicated employees in the ministry, and those initiatives will end up obviously to be studied in the ministry, and then obviously will be brought to the arena of implementation. And we hope by having this batch of initiatives, it will have definitely a very good impact on the delivery of services within the ministry.
My innovation was about fastening the discharge of postnatal mothers and maintaining high quality of postnatal care. This innovation came after we face every day the problem of not finding a place for a postnatal mother because of high rate of deliveries.
The entrepreneurship project is considered as one of the more important administrative projects adopted by the Minister of Health, which aims to encourage employees to take a greater initiative in the administrative and financial fields in the form of an open annual forum where the best initiatives are presented according to certain conditions and criteria. Royal Oman Police participates in COMEX 2015 in order to highlight its e-services offered to citizens and residents. The participation also came to exchange expertise and raise awareness on steps of its e-government transformation plan among all segments of the society. It also aims to stress the significance of technology in police work and the high level reached by Royal Oman Police in this field. The Municipal Council in the Governorate of South Al-Batina discussed in its 4th regular meeting the delay in completion of Protecting Beaches project in the Wilaya of Masuna due to 2 main obstacles. The first one was that citizens did not get compensation. The second one was that citizens did not get alternative residential lands. The Council also reviewed the constant disruptions of water. The meeting, which was headed by His Excellency Sheikh Hilal bin Saeed Al-Hajri, Governor of South Al-Batina, also highlighted a number of topics important to society, like operating intensive care unit in the governorate. In its fourth meeting of the year, the Municipal Council in the Governorate of Al Baraymi discussed a number of topics concerned with establishing fish souk learners, driving schools and animal pens. The council also highlighted services provided to people with special needs as well as archaeological monuments discovered in Hamasa area. The meeting witnessed participation of a number of male and female school students to express their vision and aspirations on various fields. With a participation of more than 60 specialized researchers of workers in food, water and health control laboratories, the Directorate General of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources in the Governorate of Al-Dhahira organized Food and Water Laboratories Forum to discuss and review in ensuring the water quality and food safety. The forum accompanied by an exhibition for training of the workers at health establishments related to food and water safety. The forum inauguration ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Hamad bin Sulaiman Al Gharibi and the Secretary of the Ministry of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources for regional municipalities. The second day forum discussed a number of aspects and work papers related to cases of monitoring underground water, sewage water treatment methods and the management of comprehensive pisciculture project in the governorates. Oman Expo Milan 2015 convoy went to the Governorate of South Sharqiya within its tour to introduce the Sultanate Pavilion in Expo Milan 2015, which will be inaugurated in few weeks. The Sultanate participated besides 148 countries and organizations in the international exhibition, which will be held in the Italian city of Milan through a national pavilion embodied civilization and humanitarian achievements by the Sultanate in the Renaissance era, besides future plans for governmental and private institutions related to food security, and which related to the theme of the exhibition, Feeding Planet Energy for Life. Rejoicing the safe return of His Majesty, citizens in the Wilaya of Qurayat organized a national evening which included arts embodying the Omani heritage such as traditional dance and poems. A number of poets and artists participated in the ceremony, which was held under the auspices of His Excellency Abdul Aziz bin Mohammed Al Rawas, advisor to His Majesty the Sultan for Cultural Affairs. The University of New South Wales in Australia witnessed a number of Omani activities in a cultural night organized by Omani students. Here is more details with Sultan bin Saif Al-Sarrai.
The Omani Student Society of New South Wales in Australia organized a cultural night under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Hamad bin Ali Al-Alawi, the Consul General for the Sultanate of Oman in Australia and New Zealand.
You know, 100%. It's always great to see Omanis together because they always provide support for each other, and that kind of events when they bring each other, it's really helpful in many ways, not only academically but even socially.
The event included various cultural activities which represent the Omani students' loyalty towards their country and its leader, the Sultan, such as Omani traditional arts, visual displays, and an operetta.
The objectives of this event is to develop the different skills of Omani students, the poetry, the presentation, and drama acting skills. It's also an opportunity for Omanis to meet, socialize, and introduce our culture for the foreign people.
It was held in the University of New South Wales and attended by a number of Omani students and families who live in Australia for educational purposes, where they expressed that the night helped them to release the homesickness outboard. Also, there were attendees from other nationalities to know more about the Omani culture.
I identify myself very much with Omani culture. I like it. Very similar to our not to my religion, to my family, to my personality, my husband's personality, and you know, because I looking after Omani boys from the last 5 years, and really I'm very pleased. It's my pleasure to have them at home with me.
At the end, the chief guest had a meeting with the students in order to discuss various matters related to their existing in Australia.
Omani people always try to maintain their identity and culture through such events in order to feel home in the expatriation. For Sultanate of Oman Television, Sultan bin Saif al-Sarai from Australia, Sydney.
Beautiful Omani culture there. Now for the general weather forecast. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of dust mainly in desert and open areas, and low clouds and fog during late night and early morning on the governorate of South Sharqiya and Al-Wusta. Winds will be northerly to northeasterly moderate to active along the northern governorate, and it will be southeasterly light to moderate along the rest of the Sultanate. Seas along the coast will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos greets Prince Mohammed bin Naif on his selection as a Crown Prince, and Prince Mohammed bin Salman on his selection as an heir to the Crown Prince in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The Sultanate and Spain established investment fund worth more than €200 million to support Spanish industries in the Sultanate. On the sideline of the Forum of Dukum Society and Economy, agreements to support localizing of small and medium enterprises industries at the Dukum zone. The delay in completion of Protecting Beaches project and constant water disruption top discussions of Municipal Council in the Governorate of South Al-Batina. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.